fast, fatal heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful thoughts and past. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, quite a lot has happened. Now, in the last part, we had things between Deku and Amelia. Now, the light alien that has possessed Deku has actually tried to keep its cover maintainable. It has been using Deku's powers, and has been speaking to Amelia, well, in the mind space. Now, this is actually something that is very strange. The alien found these powers quite unique, especially odd for a human. However, in using these powers, it weakened the prison it made for Deku. Now, Deku, his mind has fought back against his control, and the alien has had to try and completely wipe away Deku's reality and remake his prison. And right now, Deku, he's in one that actually the alien doesn't believe he will want to escape from, because it's a lot closer to a perfect paradise for him. Now, with that being said, we also do at least have things where, well, in the real world, where Amelia, her family is currently trying to prepare for a celebration. The Etzos being on Earth for a year. And, well, this being the celebration her father was supposed to lead. However, because of his death, it got pushed backwards. Or pushed back a few weeks. Now, with that being said, let us begin. We do currently start with Deku. Right now, he does wake up and find Amelia next to him. He's in his own perfect little life. He does wake up and go to start the coffee maker. Him walking out of his bedroom, down the hallway, and into the kitchen. As he does at least start making coffee and start making some breakfast. And after Amelia, she does go to wake up herself, she's going to smell some very good food. Her actually going to get up and walk into the kitchen. As Deku is staying there, and he does ask her how she slept. I'd say it was pretty good. And again, your episode last night freaked me out. Yeah, sorry. It scared me too. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. It's, just a lot. You know, if you need to, you could take some time off of work. Amelia, I like my job. I mean, I know I technically shouldn't have my job, but with my power, I can help people. I can help make things better. I can actually understand people who go through things I went through, experience the trauma and have problems like I do. Okay, but you know what happens when you don't take your medicine? Amelia, I know. Listen, I'll run by the office, the pharmacy, see if my prescription needs to be refilled, see whatever I need, get it, and then head into work, okay? Is that why you woke up early? One of the reasons, yeah. It's also why I did make you an apology breakfast. Deku sliding a plate. As Amanda is going to look down and see a whole lot of things. And she actually does somewhat smile a bit before going to look up, talking about how he does spoil her so. Well, yeah, I do, babe. You got a baby to take care of. Besides, I feel like you're going to need it. Yeah, you're right about that. Do you know what time you'll be home? That's a difficult question to answer. Are you going to be working late again? Yeah, I got that tricky client. The one who He's been stubborn, but I think we'll make a breakthrough, especially today. Hmm? Are you sure you really want to meet with him today? Especially after everything you've been going through recently? Amelia, last night was just a freak accident. I didn't take my medicine before bed. I ran out. I thought I'd be okay. Okay. You had me worried. You also almost woke him up. No, I did wake him up. He just wasn't crying. He wasn't? No, that's the weird thing. I thought he would be, but he wasn't. Well, sounds like he's going to be a pretty tough boy. I hope so. Now, Deku, he does go to eat something for breakfast, and he does go to leave and head to work. After he does go to pick up his medicine. And right now, Amelia, she would stay home with their son. We do currently have in the real world, where it's the day of the actual celebration, or, well, the event being held. Now, Deku, he actually does find his clothing to be kind of strange. He's wearing what could be best described as, for the Etzos, a suit. And it's meant to be kind of off. He has pants that they do fit to his body. And he does have a undershirt and then an actual tuxedo jacket. Along with even, well, let's just say some fancy shoes. Now, Deku, he is staring directly at himself in the mirror. The jacket itself is very odd. It's made out of some sort of silk-like material, and it does sort of shine. And that actually is kind of funny to him. Right now, he's wearing a red suit, and he does stare and see exactly how the, well, shirt does look. As he's going to bring his hand up. Bring his hand directly upwards and over his head, as he actually is going to look at exactly how the fibers do move. The way these clothes are, they're made using the Etzo's mind powers. And right now, the way these things have been woven and weaved together, they're actually perfectly fitting for your body. And it seems so odd. You have complete freedom of movement in these outfits. They're not restrictive, they're not, well, weird, and they don't feel right. They feel perfect. Now, Amelia is walking on Deku doing something stupid. As you do actually where Deku, he is trying to just stretch his body and move his arms around. As he's trying to test the movement on it. Her walking in as Deku is going to turn and see her. Hey. What's up? I wanted to check on you. Check on me? Yeah, I did. Security for the event's going to be tight, and I wanted to see if you were okay. Of course I'm okay. Why wouldn't I be? Well, I wanted to see if you had a problem with your tuxedo. Her going to step forwards, and is remarking how it is funny. Their attire or their customs, they don't involve ties. Because they do at least find that the restriction of the neck, it could be a problem. Especially because of the Etzo mind powers. Oh, yeah, it does make sense. A tie could be turned into a weapon. Exactly. So, I was curious. Did you want to wear a tie? I could tie it for you. Okay, Amelia. I get it. But, what's your actual reason for being here? Aside from showing off the dress. Deku looking down, and seeing that Amelia, she actually is wearing a very nice black dress. Well, I was curious to see how you looked. You clean up nice. I'm not the only one. You look good too. Are you saying I looked bad before? Not at all. In fact, I'd say you look amazing. Before and after. Now, Amelia would somewhat go to laugh. As she's going to somewhat lean in close to Deku and go to kiss him. Before Deku is going to bring his hands up and wrap her up in his arms. Now, Deku and Amelia, after they do pull away, they do at least go to press their foreheads together. And Deku, he does remark to Amelia about how it does seem kind of strange though, right? What does? Well, I mean, a little over a year ago this wouldn't have been possible. A little over a year ago we were still debating about what to do. And now, humans and Etzos are about to dance in the same room. And they aren't going to be seen as enemies against each other. They never were. Exactly. So, I do hope you at least have a good idea for what to say later. What to say? Yeah, you're giving the speech. Humans, they might find comforting words better whenever they come from your mouth. You were supposed to give the speech with my father. However, that is now where my brother steps in. Maybe I should do the speech with you, though. Make it seem a bit more genuine. Are you saying your brother wouldn't be genuine? No, no, it's just he doesn't know how to speak to people properly. He's more of a academic. Yeah, I guess you could say that. When it comes to talking to people and knowing them, that was my area. All right. Maybe I can talk to your brother, see how things would go. Maybe afterwards, well, after the party and everything's done, maybe we can have our own little party. Are you saying what I think you're saying? Maybe I am. My, but I thought that could get you in quite a lot of trouble. You know, a human sneaking into the princess's bedroom. Oh no, what would people think? Well, as long as they don't find out, I think everything would be okay. Uh, maybe. But even then, I feel like we get caught. Maybe. Such a shame though, too many people in the manor. Especially tonight. Yeah. I was more thinking we have our own party and we invite our friends. I mean, I haven't spoken to Claire in a while, especially since, well, this happened. Deku bringing his hand to his face, and at least going to motion to the half of it that's partially burned. Right. And there was that other guy you met. What was his name? Right, the other pilot. Denki. He saved my ass. Whatever happened to him? Hmm, Don't know. But maybe you're right. Maybe we could invite some people over. You know, get rid of all this fancy stuff for a while. Forget about our problems for a minute. Yeah. I mean, this is a celebration. Humans all over the world should be celebrating with Etzos. So, why not start small? Or smaller than what we're about to do? It makes sense. Now, Amil will go to leave. We actually do have Deku. He does go to look in, he does go to look into the mirror a bit more. And you do actually have where he does decide to mess with his hair a bit. He does think, should he comb it back, should he gel it back, or what should he do? And we actually have where his hand is starting to partially shake. And he does notice the twitching it does have. Shit. Okay. Him clenching his hand into a fist. You need to stop. Just stay inside. My plan is gonna be ruined if you don't fucking stop. Now, whenever Deku's nose starts to bleed a bit more, you do actually where the alien it does go to someone to throw back its head. And go to the bathroom. Where he can at least fix this little problem. And we do have currently in Deku's dream world. Where he stopped by, picked up his medicine, and went to his job. As we do currently have where he does have a patient about to walk through the door any minute now. Deku reaching into his jacket, pulling something out, and then going to open a container that does contain a yellow pill. Deku going to at least pop it in his mouth before swallowing it, as they do go to knock on his door. Deku is going to say, "Come in," as he's going to take a sip of water. The person walking inside and then going to sit down. "Hi, doctor." Izuku's fine. "Listen, this is a safe space. I went over some of the notes of our previous sessions, and I do have to say, it it doesn't seem like you're processing things properly." Yeah, yeah, sorry. No, don't apologize. It's fine. Everybody takes things at their own pace. Trauma often has that effect on people. Really? Yes. I do have to say, I was surprised to find that you admitted to me that you were special. You mean that I'm a freak? No. We don't use that word here. You're special. You have powers. And, well, I do understand that you hate that you hurt people with them. Hate that you mess things up with them. But, what did we learn? That my powers, they aren't all bad? Exactly. Have you tried using them recently? No. I don't think I'm ready for that. Now, they could just watch this person is going to start messing around with their fingers and somewhat tense up a bit more. Hmm? Okay, let's move away from that subject then. What have you been doing recently? Oh, uh, yeah. I've been trying to go out a bit more, meet new people. Just following your advice. That's good. What about recently? Recently? Uh, the last time I went outside was, well, last week, and other than that, today. Hmm. Okay. It still seems like you're having trouble interacting with people. You're still worried about what they might think of you. Uh, sorry. No, fuck. You didn't want me to. No, it's fine. It's fine. Listen, I'm special as well. And I took you on as a client because I do understand some of the issues you've been facing in your life. I do have to say, though, it did surprise me about your power. I didn't really expect that. Yeah, I know. The person going to bring up their left hand, and they do start to make some ice. As Deku is going to stare at that. Hmm, interesting. You really think so? I do. Gotta say, it's a pretty neat power. I don't think I've ever seen something so weird. Unique, actually. Now, Deku is going to at least reach out mentally. As a glass of water, it does start to float up into the air. Deku going to look to his right, as a pitcher of it is going to float over. Deku asks them if they would like some water. Uh, yeah, sure. I assume I don't have to offer you any ice. No, doctor, no. I think I'll be fine. So, I do want to at least ask a few questions. Why exactly are you scared of interacting with people? I understand if that's a little too direct, but I do feel like that is something that we should get out of the way. Because it does seem like you're isolating yourself for this exact reason. Oh, uh, I mean, it's I mean, I'm afraid that I'll harm them. Yes, you understand, right? You may have accidentally used your powers, and they freak out whenever you're just stressed. And okay, calm down. Please try to sit still. Just relax. All right? I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm not saying you did anything wrong because you haven't. Your powers are natural. And right now, we're trying to just talk about the issues you're having. We don't have to involve your powers if you don't want to. okay? Thank you, doctor. But, to answer your question, uh, I'm afraid of my powers because I've harmed someone with them before. I didn't mean to do it, but it just happened. I mean, my father, he just, he, he hit my sister. I just, I didn't know how cold the ice would be, and his arm, it just came off. I see. That sounds bad. Were you arrested? No, but we did take him to a hospital. Whenever he was questioned, he didn't say much about it. He gave me that look. It just stuck with me. He didn't try anything afterwards. And after I saved up money, we moved out, and we just got away from him. But that experience I think about a lot. Whenever my sister went to pursue an avenue, I was alone. And I recently talked to one of my friends about it. And they didn't like my powers. And I accidentally hurt them. You hurt them. It wasn't serious. Not like my dad, but it it left scars and well, it isolated me from a lot of people. I see. Well, those are some pretty big issues. Yeah, I know. But how long was this going on with your father? A few years? I see. So he pushed you to your breaking point. Sorry, I just realized that was a horrible pun. Yeah, sorry, doctor. That wasn't really funny. I wasn't trying to be. I was trying to get to the source of our actual issues here, Todoroki. Yeah, yeah, well, I mean, it's, pretty difficult. No, I do understand. I've had freakouts with my powers before. I've had issues where I felt overwhelmed. I've had issues where I thought I lost control. And in fact, how did you awaken your powers? Because I can tell you a story about how I awakened mine. Okay, well, that's sort of another reason why I don't use my powers. I accidentally harmed another friend of mine. Well, not a friend, but I accidentally hurt somebody close to me. Really? Yeah, I'd I'd rather not talk about them though. They were my best friend, and well, it it made me never want to use them again. But there's just those times where I just get overwhelmed and using them as my your only escape. Yes, yes, that's the right word. Hmm, I see. Well, would you allow me to say something? Uh, sure. Okay. So, you feel like your life is chaotic. You feel like you have no control over it, correct? Yeah, yeah. So, whenever you get in stressful situations like this, you fall back on your body's natural instincts. You have abilities, and those abilities, they are a form of protection. They are something that you use to defend yourself. In the case of your father, I do want to say that you lashed out that way because you knew you could do something. Along with that, it's just human nature. Whenever you're angry, you can do things that you can regret. That is anger. However, you need to focus and control that anger. Okay? Just listen. I can give you a set of things to look into, and more than likely you should find things that do catch your interest. Things that do help you calm down. And, well, we can go from there. You're using your powers not only as a form of taking control back into your life, but from what I can tell, to protect people close to you and to defend yourself. That is my analysis of the situation. So I do want to at least say to you that you're not in the wrong. You've done what comes naturally to you. And I don't believe that you can be held accountable for that. But my father, your father was a very abusive man. No, he probably shouldn't have had his arm ripped off or broken off, but was he hurting you? Yes, a few times, but she tried to stick up for me then, and that's how it, well, okay, that's actually a bit more concerning now. Yeah, he, he, I'd like to go. Okay, well, that's a little early, but, are you sure? Yeah, yeah, thanks. You've, given me a lot to think about. All right, well, you have my phone number if you need to talk to me. And if you do feel like you need to vent a little bit, or you do feel overwhelmed, please do not be afraid to give me a call. Thank you. I mean, really, thank you. Now, he does going to leave the room. And we do actually at least have Deku. Analyzing that entire situation. Fuck. Damn. That's not good. But he's getting better. He's not as clammy with his hands, just trying to make sure they're somewhere or doing something. Okay, but still, his situation's pretty messed up. He's lucky he avoided jail time. Deku, he does wonder though. That man's been through quite a bit in his life. He has it all written down and at least saved somewhere in a folder. And he does wonder. When that guy first came to him, he didn't expect very much. However, at least having somebody who does have powers and can relate to certain situations has helped this man go through tremendous amounts of breakthroughs. However, he does still have that nervous tick. Okay, well, he has his number and he can call him if something's wrong. But that's at least good. He opened up a bit more in today's session. And he didn't seem as nervous or paranoid until they started talking about his father. Okay, so that is a sore subject. Maybe they should at least try to explore it in one of their sessions later on. They need to build up to that, though. Although, his sister. Maybe he should at least call her. Maybe the guy needs to talk to his sister a bit more about certain issues, and that could help out, too. Okay, well, he does have another patient later on today. And for right now, he should probably get things ready for that one. It's strange, though. He hasn't met this person before, and their name, it does look kind of familiar. Alright. Maybe we'll go over everything there and see where we go from then. Now, we do currently have back in the real world, where the party, it has started. And a ton of people, they actually are not only being brought in and having multiple things checked, you do actually have where security for the event, it is in full force. And right now, Deku, he is walking around the area. Him and Amelia, they were talking with her brother and a few other people in the room. And whenever Deku did make the excuse that he was going to go use the bathroom, he did go to leave. As he did walk down the hallway, and there actually was whenever he did encounter James. James was kind of surprised to see him. Deku talked about how he was going to go to the bathroom, and James remarked that Deku, he may have had a little too much to drink. He knew that humans, they brought the strong stuff today. However, he didn't think that it was that strong. And Deku just going to look directly at James. As whenever he does going to look right at him, James does somewhat get on guard. and Deku just stared at the man. Before James is sent flying backwards, and he does get sent flying directly across the room, down the hallway and smashing into a wall. As Deku, he does get a look around. Nobody heard that. Music's a bit too loud. Now, he does get to walk to the security office. As whenever he does get to turn the corner and go to open the door, a lot of people they are looking right at him. The moment they do see James behind him, they all do go to at least try to pull their guns and go to at least smash onto the alarms. However, they're confused. This is the guy who lives inside the mansion. What is he doing here today? And their axes on Deku, he does go to just bring all of them upwards into the air. Their necks all snapping, before they do all just gets gently lowered back down to the ground. And Deku, he does go to do one simple thing. He does go to reach his hand on the inside of the door, twist the lock, and then go to reach out, grab James, and send him flying into the room. James is set down carefully on the floor, and he does go to close the door. Okay, well there's that issue solved. Okay. Well then, now that they're all dead, maybe he can actually have some fun with his event. He knows that there are already going to be intruders here tonight, so that will spice things up. I'm going to walk back towards the event, as he does have a bit of a smile on his face. Now, with that being said, we do actually have back with Deku, who, whenever he does go to meet his next patient, he does go to shake their hand. However, the person do at least go to extend their left hand to him instead of their right, and Deku does go to shake it. And he does at least go to see that this person do have burn scars on their hand, and going up their arm into their jacket. Hello, sir. Please have a seat and we can go over everything. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.